Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Saturday or Friday. No, it's not Friday or Saturday, damn it. It's Wednesday night. I don't know what day it is. It's just, turn the rockin' rabbit off. Hey, it won't shut off for some reason. Oh, all right. So, doing that. Rockin' rabbit. I don't know why it won't shut off. Rabbit. There we go. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Canuck.
Good evening.
We are live everywhere. We've got sound working today. Yeah, I don't know why my mouse isn't working well enough today. Oh, there we go. There we go. Go like that. Close. There we go. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good. Yeah. Let me see. It's hot in here tonight. You said.
Yeah. It's like 70 degrees outside. Yeah. It's dark.
Oh, what the hell? There we go. My chat boxes. Oh man. Yeah, little technology issues every time. I'm trying to get them all gone. There we go. I can see chat now. Timmy, are we 5x5, buddy? I put it out there, and we'll see. We're live here. Looks like we are.
Yeah, Tim says 5x5.
All right, 5x5. Cool. Yeah. So, how did your boys do? They still playing?
Yeah, it's 9-9 in the 8th.
My God. All right. First place
Judge
team's going.
hit a 2-run homer to tie it up.
Oh, Judge. Yeah. Maybe they ought to do a drug test. That guy. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Chrome now open. Crazy. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Nanki Trough, the dangers of Nanki Trough, the current status of what's happening. Japan's on heightened alert right now, more so than the normal. Nanki Trough is a 80% chance of going off before 2050. That's 80%. And right now, there's a series of quakes that are happening just south of one of the little islands, Tsunozajima, which is about 250 miles south of Honshu, the lowest main island. There's like 12 islands you said down there?
Yeah.
Canuck?
Tokara Island called.
Yeah, the Tokara Islands and the Ryukyu Islands, we all call them. There's an interesting event that's occurring right now with over 880 earthquakes in this little area, and it has Japan kind of on alert. And I didn't get a chance to show you these documentaries, but I will try to get those documentaries to you. It does, Kat, and it likes to do that and more. So
yeah, but not 880 quakes.
Not 880 is right. And the way Japanese news agencies,
300 to 350 quakes.
350, yeah. And that's why we're stopping the Mexico. We'll return to that after we finish up with this area. I don't know how many episodes this will be, but we need to go into a little depth and hopefully give you a little background, more so than what you're used to on these. The 880 plus as Nippon Television News, Japan is reporting in the last 11 days over 880 earthquakes. And the average, that area does swarm, but I'll tell you, it hasn't really swarmed that much in the last 5 years that I'm aware of, because I'm looking into those things. Can you remember anything that in the last 5 years that's been doing that, Canuck?
Yeah, it swarmed right before at the end of 2023, right before the 2024 January 1st quake. It swarmed in
Okay.
2021, right before the 7.2 Fukushima, and it swarmed. That was near the end of the year, October, I think.
Okay.
And then previous to that was earlier in 2021, April. So, and it did that before the 7.3. That was when we had all the Kermadec quakes, the Kermadec big one.
Right. Okay, and we'll get into the history of those 4 different episodes closer to the end of this not report, but this show here.
But
what is going on?
Those swarms were way less. So there's like 300, 350 quakes in those.
Right.
I think one of them got as high as 6.1. I don't remember which one it was. The last 3 swarms. But I looked up the last 8, so I went all the way back to 95 and then before. And I found out that it gets big quakes down in that area pretty much every time before a big quake happens in southern Japan all the way up to Tokyo, Fukushima, basically.
Now, I remember the one earthquake that rocked right near the southern nuclear plant on the inside of Japan. I mean, I have to get a map up and see that, but
and another thing I found in 2010,
it's like a 6.5.
In 2010, so the year before the big 2011 quake, there was 2 7s down there in that same area.
All right, then.
So there wasn't like a big swarm in 2010, but there was 2 big 7s down there in the Ryukyu Islands.
Oh, the Ryukyus. Okay, well, that makes sense.
So
what we're doing is we're making a supposition that this is kind of a prequel to other things happening. Not that it's a for sure thing, because prognosticating earthquakes, hey, we can know the signs, but we don't know the day nor the hour.
Make more sense once we talk about the plates,
right?
Because there's actually 2 plates meeting right where Tokaro Island is.
Right. So. And this is new articles coming out in regards to this, the breakup of the plates and possible new triple junctions becoming established. Also, maybe even a window out there too. So we're going to see. We'll look at it and try to give you our best look at it. And so that's what we have on tap for tonight. Canucks watching the game. His boys, New York Yankees are coming back, and he's not happy. But it is what it is.
I had 11-9.
Oh, in the 9th inning or the 10th? No, it should be a walk-off. Oh, they're in New York?
No, it's in Toronto. I got to see.
Well, then they won the game. It's 9th inning, right?
Well, they will if they close it out in the top of the 9th. But it's 11-9 now. I don't.
Well, that means they're playing in. Yeah. We've been following it for the last hour or so, everybody.
Went ahead in the bottom of the 8th, but I don't know how they did it.
Crap.
Watch it.
Oh, bottom of the 8th, not the 9th. All right. So New York has a chance to come back. We'll see.
Yeah, I have no idea how they scored.
Yeah.
Oh, wild pitch. Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. The Yankees bullpen's terrible.
Hey, the Yankees not that terrible, boy. Let me tell you. Well, Vlad Jr.'s named starting first base. Yeah, 9-11. Um, these teams are one game apart. Are we in the ninth inning? Yeah, top of the ninth. Oh, Orbspot crashed. Oh no!
So what happened? Because it kind of cut out there.
The camera crashed.
The camera.
Yeah, my camera crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'll just restart it. Dun, 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 dun. It might be this. Well, you got to give him strikes. You know, it might be that thing that might have done it.
Oh. So what'd you do? Reboot?
Well, anyway, so where do you want to start, bud?
Well, right now,
yeah, I rebooted it again, and we'll see if it's working. Sights down?
Yeah.
Oh, something. The whole thing crashed.
OBS again? The site. Hope it wasn't OBS.
Could very well be. Well, cancel. Yeah. Well, we're live out there on YouTube still. And yeah, I don't know. Let me just do a no video. There we go. I got my sign up there. We're still on. So, you know, I'll cancel. I got a problem with OBS. Oh, it's booting back up. I don't know. Yeah, it crashed, so we'll deal with that. Yeah, we'll deal with that. All right, so we're okay. Twitch is back up now. Yeah, we're back up. I don't know what happened. Everything looks okay here. You know, it is real crazy. And I don't have the answers. Whoa. That thing was set to 0. Wow. How does that happen?
We had it all ready to go, and it's still.
Yeah, we did. We had it all ready to go, and then somebody don't like us, or don't like me anyway. Everybody loves you, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the volume. It's all right, dude. We're up. We're still rocking and rolling. Are we back to 5x5 now? On the site?
Gotta ask us. Or tell them.
I think we are. They just refresh. Crashed. All right. So where do you want to go first there, Canuck? You can put it in.
We'll start with the Okinawa plate because I sent you the links.
Oh, you did already. All right. Let me do like this.
Since that's where the swarm is, and then we'll work our way into the rest.
All right. That's fine. All right. So yeah, the site's up. I can see it's up. I'm going over there to get my
Kim says nothing.
What's that?
Kim says nada. So not 5x5.
He's got to refresh. Let me see. Are we even up?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're up, dude. I just heard it. So we're up. The site's up. All right, so I got Nankai. All right, which one do you want to do? Philippines or Okinawa plate first?
Okinawa first.
All right. There's the Okinawa. Let me share this on screen. Share screen. Okinawa plate. Share. And go back to here. Share on screen. And there we go. Go ahead.
Yep. So now I got to explain all these plates that we're talking about. So this picture here shows 3 main plates in the area of the Nanki Trough. So that's why I picked this map. So
okay,
yeah,
the Amur plate, the Yangtze plate, and the Philippine Sea plate.
Yeah, so it's the Philippine Sea plate that's actually subducting under both of these things, the Okinawa plate and the Amur plate, which is Nanki Trough. So it has it there on the arrow. See, it has which way it's going.
Okay.
And it's going at a fairly good speed, 48.
Okay. 48. Wow.
Yeah.
Share screen. I'm going to put it on another window. I can blow it up for you. There you go.
So it's moving 48 up by the Nanki Trough part. I can't see if they have a number down at the bottom there or not.
There's a 54 going under, going over the Philippine sea plates, going underneath, and then you can see a bunch of strike slips and
Okinawa, it's actually going to the southeast, 54, so it's going over top of the Philippines.
Yes. And then up in the Amur plate, the Philippine is rising up or diving underneath the Amur plate, which is the southern part of Japan. And there's a transform fault between Japan and China. That transform is a compressional thing. It's moving south at 10. The Philippine sea plate's moving underneath much faster. The Yangtze plate is moving faster over the Philippine plate. You can see that the Philippine plate is moving underneath really fast. So at least 48 to 54, it's diving underneath this whole area from Taiwan up to Japan, uplifting these islands. And you can see the reds are strike slips. The green is transform, I believe, or compressional. The transform, I think, is compressional is the purple, I think. Hey, what is it? I gotta know. Yeah, I'll look that up as you're discussing it. Go ahead and discuss it, and because I have it on screen very large.
So it's subduction. The Philippine sea plate is going under all that stuff, and right where the swarm is now is the Tokaro Islands, which is right up near the top of this Okinawa plate. So they have this whole microplate that's basically from the tip of Taiwan all the way up to Kyushu Island and Kagoshima, pretty close to Kagoshima. That's all the Okinawa microplate. So all those islands, including Okinawa, are all on their own plate. So see, everybody is all confused about this because there's all these plates interacting here that most people don't know about. They might know about the Philippine Sea plate, but they're not up on all these other ones. So there's all this crazy stuff that's all interacting here together. So that's why it swarms in a certain spot, because it's where the plates are interacting with each other and all that. Now you can't see on the map we have up there, but way up at the top, that's the Sagami Trough coming off there.
We'll talk about that, but let's stay focused here.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
And that's where all the other swarms have been up there, off that, coming off into the Bonin Islands there. You can only see the very tip of it on that map. So it's been swarming in the last year or so at these two different areas. But you can see that it's on either side of this Amur plate, which is South Japan, basically. So that's the simplified version of it. So now I'm just going to read about that plate because it's pretty short. And then we'll jump into the Amur plate and the Philippine Sea plate. It'll make more sense after that. So the Okinawa plate, or Okinawa platelet, is a minor continental tectonic plate in the northern and eastern hemisphere, stretching from the northern end of Taiwan to the southern tip of the island of Kyushu. The Okinawa plate hosts typical earthquakes like the 1911 Kike Island earthquake and various types of slow earthquakes, including low-frequency earthquakes, very low-frequency earthquakes, tremor, and slow slip events. Now, that 1911 quake, we're not going to go into detail on that, but it was like 7.98. So that area can get big quakes.
And you're talking about on the Yangtze plate or in the Reds area here?
I'm talking about Okinawa. Plate.
Okinawa, which would be in the center of all these red lines, right in here. All right.
Now it's going to explain the boundaries, which is like.
Go ahead. You'll explain it. Go ahead. Explain it for us.
The eastern side of the Okinawa plate forms a convergent boundary with the Philippine Sea plate, forming the Ryukyu Trench and the island arc that forms the Ryukyu Islands. The Okinawa plate is bounded on the western side by the Okinawa Trough, a back arc basin and divergent boundary with the Yangtze plate, which is named after the Yangtze River. So is the Amur plate. It's named after the Amur River. That's where they got the names for them. A section of the southern boundary between the Okinawa plate and the Philippine Sea plate is a former subduction zone that now accommodates oblique slip and was the location of the 1771 Great Yaeyama tsunami. The northern side of the Okinawa plate is bordered by the Amur plate. So now the next one we're going to do is the Amur plate.
All right, let me get there. Choose bookmarks part, done. All right, I'm saving save image. Well, it's still locking up on me a little bit, but it will get there. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, go ahead and talk about it. Amur plate. All right.
The Amur plate,
all right,
or Amurian plate, also occasionally referred to as the China plate, but it says not to be confused with the Yangtze plate, is a minor tectonic plate in the northern and eastern hemispheres. The Amurian plate is named after the Amur River, which forms the border between the Russian Far East and northeast China. It is bounded on the northwest and southwest by the Eurasian plate, on the east by the Okhotsk plate, to the southeast by the Philippine Sea plate, along the Suruga Trough and the Nanki Trough, and the Okinawa plate and the Yangtze plate. So there's a lot happening in that.
All right, so the Lake Baikal is there, I see on the top left.
Yeah.
And there's another river that it travels all the way down. So that's why when we see earthquakes go on the eastern side of Japan itself, we often see it quake up here near the Okhotsk plate or the edge of it, maybe even go into the middle of it, and then we'll see quakes travel along that northern border of this not Eurasian plate. What plate is this?
This is
the Amur plate. Amur plate, yeah, AMUR.
Yeah.
Interesting, and it's diving south at 10.
And Sichuan there, China, is on that western side of it. So you will hear at Sichuan, China, getting big quakes. That's why it
Sichuan,
gets big
yeah.
quakes. Yeah. So that's on
Interesting.
the western side of it. Which that didn't make any sense to me till I started studying these plates, because I wondered, well, how come that place there often gets large quakes? Well, it's because it's on the edge, western edge of this whole entire plate.
Mm.
So when that plate moves big, it all adjusts all around on all sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy once you figure out how it
And,
works.
and so there's a river in the north, and then there's Lake Baikal in the northwest, and then what's this strike slip boundary to the Persian Tibet Burma orogeny? What is that? Is
Yeah, the
that area
orogeny
there?
comes across. So they refer to it like as all one big orogeny. So it basically
Mm-hmm.
starts in Iran, and they call it three things. So they call it Iran, Tibet, Burma. So basically, what they're saying, the orogeny that's at the top of this plate goes all the way back to Iran. So it's like a big string of mountains. So it's connected basically. So this is why when you track the quakes, which we'll do later, you'll see that it
Right.
comes across.
Yeah, and it looks like it comes across right. Is it north? Right across the bottom part of Japan.
Yeah.
Shanghai comes right out Shanghai there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
it
play this
basically
in tab.
lines up with Nanki Trough.
So basically, it was saying that it comes through here, moves up here, and then kind of comes out this way.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Back to this. Share this tab instead. All right. So, and it comes out up by, way north. Way north. Okay. Okay. Now I didn't see. I don't know how it goes through Mongolia, though, because it goes right up to the corner of Lake Baikal. So Lake Baikal comes down to. We have thunder here. It's getting closer too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That could get interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of comes to here. I don't know why they have it to where.
oh, I heard that. So.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, we might get preempted due to weather.
Yeah. And then it comes out the Nanki Trough, and then splits right at Tokyo, right?
Yeah. Right where the Stagami Trough is.
Right. And then it kind of goes due north, splits the island. I don't know what that island is called. That big island. Splits that island.
On Japan, you mean?
No, north of Japan in the Okhotsk. And then,
Hokkaido.
oh my gosh, we're getting some good thunder here. All right, I've got it on. I've got it now.
Well, I guess it explains it here anyway in the boundary section.
Yeah, this is the Amur plate. Save the project, volcanoes, Amur.
Yeah, so I'll just read the boundary part, and it'll make more sense because it talks about
right.
the mountains and everything. The Amurian microplate is a division within the Eurasian plate with an unknown western boundary defined by the south by the Qinling Suture zone in central China and the Baikal Rift zone
and Baikal over the top, yeah.
Mountains on the north. The Baikal Rift zone is considered a boundary between the Amurian plate and the Eurasian plate. GPS measurements indicate that the plate is slowly rotating counterclockwise. So see, here we have this counterclockwise thing again. The boundary with the AUKUS plate is the eastern margin of the Sea of Japan.
Oh, we're getting. I hope my power stays on. We have monsoonals.
Yeah. And so to simplify, it says this plate covers northeastern China, the Korean Peninsula, Sea of Japan, Shikoku, Kyushu, southwest Honshu, eastern Mongolia, and the south of the Russian Far East. So it's a pretty sized plate.
Right. It's huge. Yeah. And we often see movement along the edges of this plate through via earthquakes. Often, whoa, that was, that was weird. Where'd that sound come from? Crazy.
Outside, somebody tearing up the street.
Somebody's doing some bowling up there for sure. All right, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about this plate, if you have more.
So that's the Amur plate. So Nanki Trough is the southern part of it.
Okay. All right, so the Philippine plate is pushing underneath this edge of it here.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
Talk about the Philippine Sea plate next, and then we'll do.
Okay, go ahead, bud.
Yeah. So that's the next one I sent you in there. So I'm just gonna read what it says. It's pretty short.
Okay.
Yeah. The Philippine Sea plate, or the Philippine plate, is a tectonic plate comprising oceanic lithosphere that lies beneath the Philippine Sea to the east of the Philippines. Most segments of the Philippines, including northern Luzon, are part of the Philippine Mobile Belt, which is geologically and tectonically separate from the Philippine Sea plate. The plate is bordered mostly by convergent boundaries. To the north, the Philippine Sea plate meets the AUKUS microplate at the Nanki Trough. The Philippine Sea plate, the Amurian plate, and the AUKUS plate meet near Mount Fuji in Japan. So
right
the triple
here where the 14 is.
Yeah. So the triple
where that
junction,
number 14 is. Go ahead.
Yeah, is Mount Fuji, where Mount Fuji is between those three plates. The thickened crust of the Izu-Bonin-Mariana Arc colliding with Japan constitutes the Izu collision zone. The east of the plate.
It's right up in here.
Yeah, the east of the plate includes the Izu Ogasawara Bonin, so all the Bonin Island quakes, and the Mariana Islands forming the Izu Bonin Mariana Arc system.
Right through here. Yep.
Yeah, there's also
Guam is right there. Guam is here. The Mariana Islands are here. The Zuzus are up in here. The Bonin Islands are right in here.
There's also a divergent boundary between the Philippine Sea plate and the small Mariana plate, which carries the Mariana Islands. To the east, the Pacific plate subducts beneath the Philippine Sea plate at the Izu Ogasawara Trench. To the south, the Philippine Sea plate is bounded by the Caroline plate and Bird's Head plate. To the west, the Philippine Sea plate subducts under the Philippine Mobile Belt at the Philippine Trench and the East Luzon Trench. The adjacent rendition of Professor Peter Bird's map is inaccurate in this respect. So Professor Peter Bird had a bunch of these like plate maps before, but now they've updated them.
They've updated them. Okay.
Yeah, like how we know, like how they're moving based upon GPS.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To the northwest, the Philippine Sea plate meets Taiwan and the Nansei Islands on the Okinawa plate, and southern Japan on the Amurian plate. It also meets the Yangtze plate due northwest. So basically, where the storm is happening now is like a crazy spot because it's where all those
Right.
plates at the end are all meeting up. So you got
Well,
Yangtze, Okinawa, and Amur, and well, Philippine sea plate too. So it's like crazy
right on the
town.
backside. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is why they're suggesting now, because there's new studies from 2024 that say that there should be a triple junction where the Dakar Islands are, and they want to
Yeah,
name it
you haven't named
Dakar.
where those yet. You haven't brought those up yet, the Takara.
Yeah.
So I don't know where those are. You'll have to help me out when you find
Well, there
those.
are all those 12 islands at the very top of the Okinawa.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And they want to name it. They want to name the triple junction after those islands. And so this all
Okay.
ties into the swarming stuff. Because if that's a triple junction, see, it's swarming just like the triple junction that's over in the Bonin Islands there too. So you have it swarming on two sides of the Amurian plate, basically. And the
Okay.
Nanki Trough is what connects them in between. So right now, based upon all the stuff they've been looking at for the last, whatever, 1 or 2 years, because there's been all these Izu Bonin Island swarms, and then now it's swarming at the Takara Islands. So basically, it's either end of the Nanki Trough. And the sevens we've had the last couple of years that have been off Kyushu down there, they've been factoring those in too. So that means that whole southern section there has been swarming or shaking quite a bit. So that's why they have the megaquake warning.
Yeah, we've had plenty of PNG stuff push up on from the Carolinas, North Bismarck, South Bismarck, Solomons, Vanuatu's, pushing the Caroline over, and we've seen a lot in Bird's Head. Bird's Head's just north of Halmahera, and Sulawesi's right there, the Molucca Sea. The Celeb Sea is right there. We've been seeing a lot of movement up the Philippine Trench. Big quakes in the south. And you make the statement for why? What are you saying by that?
Yeah.
And then it transforms over and reverses, goes the other way in the top of the Philippines, and then it comes up into Taiwan, and that's pretty crazy, dude. That's pretty crazy. I'm
Yeah,
looking
and we
for a
had
key here.
big quakes in Taiwan. When were they? Not what was it last year? 2024, 2023. Might have been 2023.
Right. Yeah, 23 had some big quakes. Philippines had some really big quakes down in the south. At least 3 sevens in the south. One in Luzon Straits, and then the Philippines. Taiwan had a couple of bangers. These were within the last 5 years, everybody. And there was one in the up on the Amur plate, top part of the southern portion of Japan. There was a 7.1, and up in the middle of China, they had a pretty good quake up here as well. What else?
And we had the Noto quake there that was New Year's Day 2024.
The 24, yeah, New Year's Day. Remember that?
Yeah,
Jeez.
which would be up here towards the top.
That was the day I was moving into this place. It's like, oh my God, what more can I deal with?
So we've had like the 7 up there,
Mm-hmm.
124, and we've had the 2 sevens down here on the corner of the Nanki Trough just in the last.
You can hear the rain pelting the garage doors.
Yeah, I can hear it. So this is why they're all worried about Nanki Trough going off there. And I'm going to explain when we go into detail on the segments why they think the next time there's going to be a full segment.
Okay.
Which is why they're super worried, because the last time it did that was 1707. It's not good.
Ooh. Yeah. No, not good. That's 7 years after the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right.
So now the next, I'm going to put up the map that shows the Nanki Trough and divides it into its 5 segments. So that's the next map. If we don't crash. Oh, maybe I lost Joe or it froze. I'm the only one here. Maybe his power went out. Where's she going?